Now let's take a look at the weekly top trades. We'll select that item from the menu. And just the same format as we had with the daily top trades, we're now showing you the top 10 transactions for a given week, the preceding 5 days. In this case, it was January 20th, 2023. I like to use this to see what the tendencies or the trend has been for ARK Invest in this preceding week. These are their largest transactions. They sold a lot of NEO, they sold a lot of ATAI, BFly, and also NIU. These came from different days, which is why the transaction appears multiple times. But we're looking at, these are fairly big items that they removed, and they turned around and they bought items around it. So assuming that the value of what they sold was used to make purchases, you can do your own analysis to try to understand how they're managing the account. If you want to do more than just this week, just like the daily transactions, you have the option of using this screen and pulling the preceding weeks and comparing them week to week. You can see that from here we had the 23rd, we had the 20th, we can bring that in here. Let's take a look at the 6th, we can bring that over. And if we want to go back even to December of the preceding year, we can take a look at that too. So we'll try to collect that. And we can go ahead and hit show the top trades. You'll get a pop-up window for each week. So you can see in this case, at the end of the year, they bought a lot of DNA. They sold a great deal of FATE, and they sold some Zoom. And here you go, there's more DNA there. So that was a pretty big item that they were working on at the end of the year. This is one pop-up window for 1 week. You can close this window or you can move it aside. Sometimes I like to put them side by side. In that case, you kind of have to size it yourself to do that. So you can make that window a little bit smaller, push it off over here. And then right behind it, you have another week that you can compare it to. So here we go, in January 6th, still buying DNA, still selling Fate. So they are pretty active in this. If I go ahead and bring that down, January 20th, they seem to have done enough of Fate and DNA. So now we're looking at going into the new year with their new selection of items to buy and sell. So the use of this is just to compare these items side by side, if you like to track that. If you're like me, I like to track these things to kind of understand what they're investing in. If you're an ARK Invest holder, this is meaningful to you. If you're tracking the stock individually, it's also meaningful to you because these things could actually fluctuate the stock price, or at least help do that.